Hi friends, we are back with our second installment of holiday gift ideas that you can use for this Christmas, Yule, or whatever holiday you celebrate here in winter. So I wanted to talk to you guys about DIY products, or also called do-it-yourself products. I think since more folks have a little more time at home, they're kind of creating some things on their own this year. So I wanted to give you some kind of the lay of the land on what we carry. And again, of course, you can always call and we will ship stuff anywhere you need it to. So all of our herbs come in these, not all of them, but the majority of them come in these prepackaged bags, which we package in-house. And all the herbs will tell you if it's organic or not organic, Latin name, country of origin, and also any contraindicators or warnings that may come along with those. But just as an example, some of the things we have are like peppermint leaf if you want to make a tea, calendula, which is also good for a tea or a bath, orris root. Now some of these you can use in incenses, and if you're familiar with the Pathways Holiday Blessings candle, that contains some orris root. We have rosemary, and I have to tell you, a lot of these are much cheaper than what you'll buy them for in the store. This is jasmine flower, also great for teas. Eucalyptus, like in case you need to do an inhalation for, like if you have some respiratory issues. Cinnamon sticks, of course, a staple this time of year. The roses and rosebuds. Now, some of these, like the roses and actually the jasmine and any of the flowers, are really great to put around candles if you're doing any spell work. So that's a thought for you. This is thyme. Thyme is really good if you have like an excessive like runny nose. Thyme will dry that up. We have whole cloves. Now these are what they use to make the orange pomander balls, where they put the little cloves in them, and it makes your house smell really nice. So we have all of those. All of those would be good for if you're making, well, you can't ingest all these, but you can use them for teas, incenses, you can put them in baths, you can use them for candles, any of those things. We also have a really nice variety of white sage. And we also carry incenses, like resin incenses, also by the bag. And as an example, these are frankincense, very popular this time of year. And there's also, this is dragon's blood resin. We sell that all year round. So if you're making any of these items, you also might need some extra tools to help you get that going. So this is one of our mortar and pestles. This is $32. It's super heavy though, and it has the ridges on the inside. Now a lot of times when people buy a mortar and pestle, they look at the outside, what it's made of, how it feels in their hand, but they don't always look at the inside of the bowl. And you really want to get one that has the ridges on the inside, because as you grind, those ridges help break up that particulate in there. Also, if you have a mortar and pestle, the safer thing to do is to have one for things you ingest and one for things that you don't ingest. As an example, you don't want to like grind up dragon's blood in here and then turn around and decide you're going to blend a tea, because dragon's blood is toxic and you should not ingest it. It's great for blending resin incenses because this one is so heavy. And that's an incense that you can grind up and burn on charcoal. Now these are charcoals very similar to like what you'd see in a hookah that you would smoke out of them. They're about this big around, and they have the divot out of the middle. So after you light it, you just put a little bit of incense on it and it will smolder and burn that way. So here's a trick just to share about charcoal discs like these. Now when you first burn it, you want to take one out and you want to hold it with tweezers, and you want to hold it over a steady flame. It's going to spark and you're going to think, oh, it's lit, but it lies. Just like barbecue charcoal, it lies. So you want to hold it over a steady flame until it gets that nice like white gray ash over the top, and then set it down in a burner that is heat proof. So you can put it in like some burners have a bowl like this, put a little sand or some salt or some earth, and then lay your charcoal briquette on it, and then sprinkle your incense on it. Now another trick with burning incense on charcoal is you don't want to put too much on it, because otherwise it will smother it, and it'll just put your charcoal out. So just one of those extra little things to know as far as when it comes to burning incense on a charcoal briquette. So another thing that you can do this time of year as far as DIY goes, is you can also work with oils, which is the next thing we're moving into. This is kind of like a little mini two-parter. So anytime you're blending oils, like we have bottles, of course, we have spray bottles. These are all glass. Now, if you store your oils, you want to use either an amber or a cobalt or a dark colored glass, because light and heat will break your oils down and they won't last as long. But like, we have a variety of bottles, obviously. We also have a whole line of essential oils and what's called a specialty oil or a blended oil, which will have some essential in it, some synthetic, and then a carrier. Now, this brand is our Acacia. We sell a lot of this. We really like this brand. These are straight essentials. They typically come in like a little bottle like this, which is a ½ ounce. But if you buy them in the 2-ounce bottle, just to give you an idea, this is like if you would buy 3 of these little sizes and get a 4th one for free in the larger bottle. That's kind of how the price points break out. So some of the things that people are going to be using this time of year, especially around the holidays, are actually the citrus ones. They'll sometimes put these oils on those orange pomander balls that we talked about. So those are good for that. There's also clary sage to keep everybody happy in your household and keep their spirits high, and clove bud, which is not only reminiscent of the season, but clove is also an antiviral, so that's a good one to have in your toolbox. And what a lot of people are doing while they're home so much is spending some more time kind of caring for the energetics of their home. So this is Magical Housekeeping by Tess Whitehurst. She also has some recipes in here on different oil blends that you might want to use, or incense blends and magic you can do for your house, because let's face it, we're all spending more time there these days. Also, as far as the oils go, we also carry a variety of oil burners. This is just one of our new cute little guys. It's a little Buddha with his rocks, and your oil goes in the top and your tea light goes in the bottom. These are like 20 bucks, very reasonable. And the nice thing is you can move them around and put them wherever you want and kind of like get to decorate your own. And what some people have been doing, if they've bought these, is they'll get the smaller stones, and instead of using the gravel that comes with it, they might put stones around the Buddha for the energetic that they're focusing on. As an example, maybe you want to do something to like bring people's spirits up but help them be calm. So you might want to think of like a clary sage and a lavender blend that you could burn in your bowl here. But then you might want to change your stones out and put in something like rose quartz and amethyst to facilitate peace in your space. So there's a lot of ways that we can kind of tweak our space and work on it, especially while we're home more. But I hope I gave you some ideas on things you can use for DIY, both for yourself or if you're making gifts to give people this holiday season. So as always, you can always call the shop, 314-842-0047. And just tell us what you need and we'll be happy to ship for you. Or if you're local, just tell us what you want and we'll hold it for you till you come in. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for joining us for video 2 on Pathways Holiday Videos. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day.